Number one oddball. Once again, Pioneers versus Space Station. Space Station leads 1-0.
I feel like we've been here a few times.
How many times?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just to bring you up to date, everybody, Space Station are 1 round up. If they do win this next round, then it will be 1-0 up in the series overall. This is still the first game between these two. And we should highlight as well, if you're just joining us, this is an elimination game. So even though it's been a bit stop-start, there is still huge stakes on the line for both these teams.
There certainly is. And these teams, neither of them want to go home this evening. And keep in mind, Space Station might have 1 round on the board, but this is quite a long series here. We have a best of 3 games and a best of 3 rounds here in our game number 1. For those of you returning Halo fans that might remember Oddball from classic games, a little bit of exchanged kills there coming in from deciding, but might remember Oddball used to just be simply to 250 or 5 minutes or things like that. Now it is a round-based game type, 3 rounds. It is a best of 3, and each round will go to 100 points.
Best of 3 within a best of 3-ception essentially in this. Tylenol challenging inside of Market there as Tarlek has to back up. Maybe he's going to grab that ball and actually escape. And I kind of like this, to be honest with you, from both players. One, Tylenol recognizing that he had a little bit of space on the map to actually hold that oddball and milk a little bit of time, which is now clocking up to 17 seconds. But I also like this play from Tarlek as well, realizing that he can take some different angles, and now picking up those kills is going to re-engage with Tylenol. This has kind of been a tale of 2 different players making really good decisions on both sides.
Yeah, finally some ball time, coming in for the team of Pioneers. They'll get some points on the board, and they'll also hold this back tram hold as well. We'll see how long they can hold this. As we know, really it's going to be a lot of responsibility on the hands of the ball carrier to be ready to drop and shoot and help out the team as that push comes.
Bulldog in the hands of Manny. They're going to be spotted here. Ace is going to be helped out by Tylenol, who actually comes up onto the balcony, and Tylenol's going to get second. Ace and Tylenol working so well together. But as we say that, look at the kill feed. All of a sudden, it lights up in blue as 3 yellow players fall from Space Station. Last player alive, Tylenol. But look at this. Still milking that ball time. 23-14 to score. Finally, the ball transfers over to the hands of Pioneers.
Tylenol, as the last player alive, just as you pointed out, gets about 8 seconds of ball time sitting top tram. And that's one thing that's important to note as the rocket grab comes in there for Elamite, but it's actually to go in the hands of Manny instead. Tries to stay alive, gets off both rockets though, so even though he did not get a last kill with that final rocket, gonna be very happy to leave those empty on the floor.
Ace now up on the balcony overlooking tram station. Just railing such a good position to fire from, especially on that cross towards pink. You have such a good head glitch to play from, only exposing the head of your player model with free reign to shoot down on your opponents. Manny now picking up the kill mid-map on Elamite. Here's a flank coming in from Ace. However, it's not going to be the best of flanks as he only gets the trade across his efforts, I should say. And now Pioneers with that kill being picked up. That was actually pretty much every single player down. Elamite was first down and first to respawn, so this should be a strong hold here for Pioneers.
And that's a risky flank. You pointed it out just now on set. The tires flank from Ace to go back. If that flank pays off, that's huge. He can get a back whack and then probably do damage to at least 2 more players who might be pushing neons or bottom mid. However, when that goes wrong, it blows your setup wide open. It's pretty catastrophic, which is what we just saw with all the points going on the board for the likes of Pioneers. So that's a risky play from Ace. I think it's an interesting one, but a low percentage one that's pretty risky.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that if you pull it off, it looks great, but I just feel like it's a low percentage play in comparison to maybe trying to take up one of the more powerful positions to get in position to help your teammates out. So a little bit of a misstep, maybe. It could have been brilliant. It's one of those things that can go either way, but at the moment, the only thing that's going in the favor of one of these teams is the kills, as Pioneers managed to pick 2 up. Tarlek now moving in onto tram station. Ball in neither team's hand at the moment as it is down on the respawn. Rocket's going to be coming up in around 5 seconds as well. Bulldog in the hands of Tarlek here as he tries to move in, but look at the kill feed. He's now last alive. He does have a flank, but it doesn't matter too much because he will be facing the full Space Station roster if he tries to push.
I was going to say that flank is a little late. Someone already leaving the front door just as he got comfortable in the back of the house. The second rocket does go from Ace. It'll be an assist, and he's now all the way back in PD, and it's a very nice rotation from Space Station.
The Space Station now have this rotation. You can see that all the other players will be funneled into Arcade here. And this is a tough break coming in for Pioneers. How do you want to see them play this one, Andy?
Yeah, right now, I think Pioneers just need to collect themselves. Like, get players around B stairs, get a flank going, maybe send one long around A. I don't think they need to force this all the way through tires and B Arcade, if you ask me. I think that's going to be their best route. And here they go now with a little bit more control.
However, this is a great hold coming in from Space Station. They get that first kill, and that just slows everything down. If you are holding a setup, you get that first kill. Essentially, you have a 3v3 instead of a 4v3 as far as guns up is concerned, because obviously you have one player who is holding that oddball. So that first pick is absolutely everything. Now they have the numbers. They picked off 2 more. Druck is going to be extremely weak on the back of it, and now Space Station find themselves around 10 seconds or so from just closing this out and taking game number 1, 2-0.
Yeah, Pioneer's going to try to get some more points on the board, but they're not going to just need these points on the board. They're going to need several moments of control here. They're just going to make sure that they don't lose this battle back A, because the game could be here as we take a look. Only about 5 points remaining.
Soulsnipe trying to just jiggle peek around this corner. Unfortunately, the bin doesn't give him the cover that he would particularly ask for. Space Station now pick that ball up, even with 2 dead. They're only a few moments away. Make that 5 seconds. As Ace is going to throw that one out from PD. Torlik should be able to collect that if he can pick up the kill on Tylenol. Tylenol will fall. So this is an opportunity for Pioneers to get back into this. They have the opportunity to hold around PD and that tower, and we've just seen how strong that could be for Space Station.
That was 2 dead, and then actually another one dead. So really it's 3 fresh spawners here, about to be 4 fresh spawners. So they need absolutely perfect Halo here. If they hold off this next rush, they could absolutely win the game, but they got to play it perfect.
Keep an eye on the feed. It's all about that first kill again here for Pioneers and Space Station as well. You cannot afford to be that first kill. It does go down to Space Station. They get 1 for 1 on the break. Design has fallen as well. Soulsnipe will be taken down, and Torlik is trying his best just to survive for now. The ball does, I'm not sure if that was naded or thrown down from the tower.
Rocketed.
It ends up mid-map, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, ball gets rocketed from A. That changes everything, to be honest. Now it's going to be bottom mid, and really it might be an opportunity for Space Station to grab, but no, the Slays keep going in for Pioneers.
Ace manages to trade one out. The ball is going to be grabbed here by Deciding. 1 second away, Space Station, from closing out round number 2. Elamate, last player alive for Space Station. That's not good news, because Pioneers still have 3 on the map, and they've got the ball to back A.
Space Station, they went all in on that pull. They tried to get the last few seconds. It was a wise decision, but it doesn't pan out. Once again, Pioneers might still steal this out.
90 points has been crossed. 93 points. Space Station desperately trying to push forward. Elamite's going to be the first player to try and engage, but the rotation too strong as Pioneers tied this up. I tell you what, everybody, I love this new oddball.
Oh my God, that's 100-99 due to how the UI shows the scores there. We did not get to see the flashing final score, but that's 100-99 win. Space Station choking on the finish. And what a series of events. You know that Tylenol came in with the rockets, and they didn't necessarily mean to rocket the ball to bottom mid as well, and Pioneers could upset here as Space Station unable to close it out.
4 dead for Space Station off the break. Pioneers pick that oddball up, and we've just seen how strong their hold is at back A. It's almost as if this is deja vu now. A Soulsnipe will be the eyes and the ears on anyone trying to push that pink street. Decides to rotate smartly towards his teammates at the moment, because if he gets picked off, then that is not good news. With 2 players falling now for Space Station, they have the option to rotate actually towards the B street here, as Elamite is going to be doubling back, but only finds the Sentinel being to chip away at his haircut and make it a little bit shorter than maybe we was asking for.
Yeah, that microwave comes out and does a whole bunch of damage there to finish off Elamite, but watching the A angle actually is Manny, and even zooming in a bit there to get a closer look there with that microwave, and now just watching bottom mid continually. And what a start here from the side of Pioneers, as they have really stepped it up here, already 41-0.
As Nigella Lawson will call it, the microwave, but I mean, that's her take on the word microwave, but the Sentinel Beam certainly showing that it can melt shields and pick up kills, as Tylenol will be the first player out of the 8 on the map to fall in this battle. Druck now trying to move in with that Bulldog. He's going to connect as well to pick up the first kill. That's 2 dead now, so that should be more ball time here as Tylenol is off the respawn. He's the only player alive for Space Station to get into position, and she's starting to run away from Space Station a little bit now. That last round is starting to haunt them.
I was going to say that last round is definitely going to be in the back of your minds when you just lost the game 100-99 after being up by a huge margin there. And you have to make sure, if you're on the side of Space Station, that you don't let that stay in the back of your mind. And Tylenol actually does much more damage. Ace does much more damage on Druck than he probably should have gotten away with. Druck will win that one, but narrowly over here at Cafe.
Elamite picks up one on the flank as well. He's trying to survive. The Bulldog is here, and it will do the damage that's required. Ace, though, spawning over at PD, so a little bit of a misfire, I would say, from Pioneers on that hold, not making sure that they blocked out the PD spawns, meaning that you can see how close the proximity was to that oddball. But here's the microwave again. Microwave, Sentinel Beam, whatever you want to call it. It's still doing damage. Manny trying to live with his life, but unfortunately will fall bottom middle.
Yeah, now taking a look back once again, deciding here, trying to win this battle against Druck. Not going to be easy. You've seen how well Druck's been playing this series. He's going to get even more time on the board here. And just like that, Pioneers only 30 seconds away, less than that, 25, as he's going to play the ball bottom middle, away from closing this out in a reverse sweep in our game one.
Yeah, I like that play ball as well, because he recognized where his teammates were spawning. Even though he managed to get the kills on the ball carriers, we see a nice double coming in from Manny. He also recognized that they were spawning over at Tram, which means the PD spawns were once again open. The last thing you want to be doing is giving up that ball and the control of that side of the map at the same time. So that simple play ball out to bottom mid, so vital to do. Ace now going to be moving in. Elamite picks up one in the feed as well. So 2 dead here for Pioneers. Spacestation with the hold.
Does Spacestation have the gas in the tank to bring this game back? Down by, 60 points here. We'll have to see if they could do what it takes. It'd be quite a statement from them. I think it would also take out a lot of the momentum out of the Pioneers side, but Pioneers really only need one good push or so to close this game out.
Ace deciding to drop the ball. His teammate does fall. Has to slay with his team for now, but Druck's going to be there once again with that Bulldog. Manny's going to be chased by Elamite Warrior, but you can see in front of him it's Spacestation players falling left, right, and center. Every single direction that you can point out on a compass, and now you can see that maybe Elamite needed a compass to work out where those players were going to be firing from, because it looked a little bit like a lost puppy there as he was taken down. Deciding now will fall to Druck with that Bulldog. Tylenol's going to have a piece of that one more time, but this is looking like, again, Pioneers, if they get hold on for just a few more seconds, this will be game number 1 going in their favor.
Look at this here already, just 95 now as the clock continues to tick. It will stop right there, but really only moments away. And like we said, now they really only need one good push and maybe even just one good player to sneak in and grab this ball time. What a great game 1 we have here of Oddball. It took a while to get here on set, but we have a nail biter down to our round 3.
I mean, I believe the saying is worth the wait, and we're certainly finding that right now as both teams are going hammer and tong to try and take this game 1. At the moment, it's just 5 points, which is separating Pioneers from being 1-0 up in the series, and with 4 players alive on the map, it's going to be time to push for them and maybe secure those final 5 points themselves. Deciding he's going to be taken down, and that is going to be the opening that they do need. Elamite's going to be the last player really in position to keep them off of that oddball, as Tolik now is going to be moving down, but look at the respawns coming in on that B street. Elamite trying to poke and prod and see if he can keep it out of the hands of Pioneers, and he seems to have done the job.
Yeah, he did, and you saw actually 2 X's there. Spacestation able to get 2 kills on the board at a very big moment there. Spacestation is going to have to continue slaying this entire game. This is nearly impossible comeback. It is technically possible, but they will need to play absolutely perfect Halo in order to close this out.
Elamite trying to move around bottom middle, trying to hold off Soul Snipe up on this nest. Jump towards Tires, and now it's going to be deciding who has managed to steal in and get that odd ball away, moving it towards Tylenol, his teammate. So it's looking like a tram setup here for Spacestation, and if they can hold this down, then you never know what could happen. We've already seen a couple of crazy comebacks, especially in that last round, and you couldn't put it past them doing it again here.
I mean, this was possible. This is one of the best oddball games we've seen in tournament play so far. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Like we said, it's a little bit clunky getting here, but my God, has this ever been amazing in terms of the actual back and forth of these 2 teams.
I don't know, Matt, now with that Stalker rifle in his hands too. Trying to see what he can do to close this game out. Can't find anyone at the moment, though. The ball time is starting to stack up here for Spacestation, and it's starting to get a little bit closer.
Rockets.
Rockets going to be popping. Maybe Pioneers are thinking about playing for those and then going for that break. They do manage to get them in the hands of Soul Snipe here. He's going to be pushing towards the back base. So this was the play call coming in from Pioneers.
Oh,
this is the play call being executed by them as well. And this is going to be the game going to Pioneers. Spacestation not able to hold towards the end, and Pioneers turning that game on its head.
Oh my God, Pioneers with the reverse sweep in game number 1.
Oh, Andy, and I think it's just the ability to close ground quickly when you get those shots cross map. Previously, those kills might get away, but when you have the ability to use the grapple shot and close that distance almost instantaneously, you can turn that damage into kills.
It's really interesting the way that we're seeing grapple in Slayer specifically, because like you said, the routes that you take in a Slayer are really specific, and they're often very different from the routes you might take and the reasons you might take them in Ball and Stronghold. So certainly something we're going to be looking for in this game.
Well, early kills going to Pioneers here. They're up by 2, and it's going to be up to Ace to try and steal in to stop that camo being popped. Unfortunately, it's just going to be players just falling upon him, and it's going to be camo actually going over to Pioneers. So Ace did what he could, but it's going to be Druck with this power-up popped. And also a Mangler in his hands to try and do some damage up at close rounds. So Soul Snipe's going to go around the corner though, and he's going to pick up a kill. There is that one-shot beatdown that the Mangler gives you the opportunity to do. And already at 7-4, this is looking like control early in the hands of Pioneers.
And look at the timing there. Just make sure to avoid that grenade from Ace, and control perfectly times it as well. Also maintains a safe distance from that sword, maintains the camo. Druck doing some nice work here over at C.
Druck just making sure that he clears that cross. And it might seem like a very simple thing to do, but just moving out to the C play here. You can see him just doing some damage with a teammate and now picking up some kills. Actually, Soul Sniper on board with now. And you get some decent shots onto the site, just making his way through that turbine area. His teammate Tarlik will be trying to escape with that shock rifle. Soul Sniper trying to move in to give him a little bit of help, and now they're going to decide to re-engage here. They also have that sword to play with as well as the shock rifle, so you have to say, sandbox-wise and with everything that is available on the map, at the moment, Pioneer's looking pretty strong.
They are. They've looked strong, and really, ever since they started to step it up in game number 1, I think we've seen some great things from them, and finally a few kills will go the way of Spacestation there, and Elamite will finally die with that sword as well, so keeping things relatively close.
Druck's going to be going for that camo. Ace is going to be dropping down bottom middle. Score 16-10 at the moment in the favor of Pioneers. I don't know if anyone managed to scoop down and pick that camo up, but with Soul Snipe down there, I think more players are going to be a little bit worried about it, so to speak, due to the numbers advantage that Space Station do have. There it is in the hands of Tylenol, though. So this is an opportunity now for Space Station to put some kills on the board. Not only just kills, not just 1 or 2, but to rack them up, to stay alive and really close that gap.
Certainly 16-12 here as he makes his move and tries to get across long haul. Good shots, but oh my, were they ever answered back, and that camo will be neutralized right away.
Oh, there's Tarlik, though, and there's a double kill. Both brothers taken down, and there's one short-range weapon being exchanged for another, even though the Mangler has a few more uses than just that one-shot beatdown. It certainly is one thing that the players are making sure that they can use it for. However, this might be the other way. You see the 3-shot kill is a possibility. Druck now with that shock rifle in his hand, and 3 players coming off the respawn for Space Station. They have to be so careful. They do not walk into his crosshairs. 23 kills now for Pioneers, and really showing no signs of slowing and still doing damage, like you said, with the shock from bottom yellow. And also going to check the corner here, find 2 players here, and actually deciding that goes down. 23-15 now on the score. 24-14, excuse me. Shock rifle not going to be connected for headshots for now, but still chipping away at damage. There is one from Druck. He does manage to finally punish someone just crossing that mid-bridge towards Turbine. 26 kills now, racked up already, past that halfway mark here, Pioneers. And Space Station starting to look a little bit lost, trapped inside a tower, and just Druck doing a good job of just suppressing them at the moment, just pressurizing, kind of squeezing them into those difficult situations where the only option they have to try and fight back is to peek through and maybe try and take a little bit of damage on their way to doing it. And that's allowing his teammates to move up. Druck will pick up that kill. Beautiful shots with the BR. Now moving towards his teammate, and he's going to pick up the kill onto Tylenol too.
Double kill, like you said, and also going to be a camo as a reward for him as they're going to continue to extend their lead. And you put it perfectly, Mark, just really creating no space. And when you have players like he does on your team on Pioneers, when you're doing damage like that with the shock rifle, that's going to blow the map wide open. Oh my God, another double killing spree for him as well. And he'll continue this camo run.
Grapple 2. 33-19 the score, and Space Station kind of look beaten right now. Druck is moving in. He'll be able to at least cause some problems for these players down on the low ground. However, it's going to be Soul Snipe who goes charging in, and he's trying to smell people out for those kills with the sword. He manages to pick up one as Elamite will unfortunately fall. And now they're just 15 kills away from closing this one out. And I have to say the Space Station, with all due respect to them, Andy, have looked lost on this game.
I think it's more credit to Pioneers, and I imagine you agree with me. I'd like to get your thoughts as well. It's more Pioneers running things and playing one step faster than Space Station that's really caused that. I think this SSG roster, even with Elamite, of course, subbing in, capable of some great things, but it's really been Pioneers just dictating everything since that round 1 of Oddball.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think they've just done such a good job of splitting those spawns up, making sure that they always have a numerical advantage on the map, and they're just covering each other so well with those angles. There's a killing spree for Soul Snipe, just patrolling around gold here. The pipes are Soul Snipe's as he has that sword still in his hand, just waiting for anyone to dare challenge.
rolling and patrolling here, sort of pipes, and you get a killing spree, you get a killing spree. Everyone here on the side of Pioneers just picking up those sprees. It feels like that's what's been in the feed so far as they'll continue this.
You get a killing spree, you get a killing spree, and I'm sure that if Pioneers look under their chairs right now, they will have a series win waiting for them to pick up. Unfortunately, it's not quite like Oprah, as not every single player in the lobby will be able to feel that feeling, but for 4 of them, it will be good as Pioneers get closer and closer now, just 10 kills away from closing this one out.
Certainly not where we expected to see Spacestation here at this point of the match and even of the bracket. But as we said, Elamite, of course, the coach, legendary Halo player, subbing in this week for Formal. So it will mean a little bit something different for them, perhaps, in terms of their road to Raleigh.
I just got jump scared. Sorry, everybody. It was a strange noise to make, but it was Manny flying around the corner with a sword as Tylenol flies up to the nades with that grapple in hand. We'll have a nice flank onto Torlik here. Manages to get the beat down as well. Can't survive, though. As you see the Space Station, those kind of plays is kind of showing to me that I think they realize the series may have escaped them here, Andy. You don't push in on your own if it's a much closer game. You don't try and make those big plays. You wait for your team deciding, trying to do what he can. But at the moment, this is just the Pioneers kind of open bus tour, I should say, celebration, as they will be taking home this in just a few moments.
Either one, open bus tour, open tour bus, both of those seem pretty exciting. Not over just yet. We can't celebrate just yet, as we'll see these few kills going in to the side of SSG, and that's actually caused Pioneers to slow this down just a little bit here. They want to make sure they close this out.
Picks up one. Tolik looking to pick up the kill on Elamite as well, who scarpers away like a mouse back into his house. And then he repeats, and Tolik says that's going to be a mouse trap and you'll be exterminated for now. Now just 4 kills remaining. With the mangler in hand, Tolik might fancy himself here as picking up a couple. However, Deciding will exchange those kills. Soul Snipe now moving in, changes to the BR, and that's going to be Repulsor from Ace. And Ace will actually win that battle. So many players down to no shields. Manny is going to pick one of them off at distance, but now it's just 3 more kills to go. Elamite's going to be double flanked here by Tolik and Manny. He'll be taken down. Attempted stick coming in. Ace is trying to survive for now. Soul Snipe will pick up the 48th kill, and now it's just 2 kills to go here for Pioneers.
Yeah, they had 49. Just looking for that last one. There it is, and Pioneers will 2-0 in our final series of the night. 50-39, the score in our game number 2, and they will win that with a clean sweep.
Pioneers reminding us once again why they are certainly my team to watch going into Raleigh, and a lot of people's team to watch at home as well. I'm pretty sure they would have picked up, and they should certainly pick up a lot of fans over the last couple of weeks from how they have performed. And this is the series score, 2-1 on Oddball Streets. It felt like